Good morning, everyone. How are you doing this morning? Today is morning in Boston. What time is it for you? Where are you joining us from today? Where are you joining from? I'm in Massachusetts in the United States. It's a cold, almost winter day. It's been very cold. Where are you joining from? What time is it where you are? Habiba from Pakistan, good to see you. How are you? How are you? It's 10 now, exactly. Afghanistan, amazing. We have a lot of countries here today. So, my friends, today I want us to talk about mindset and motivation. But I'm going to actually not get right into it just yet. This is something that's so important for our lives is to have a positive mindset, to be motivated. So, that is what I want to talk about today. But first, let's let people join. Let's say hello. It's 7:32 in Afghanistan, 8:02 in Pakistan. Horaya, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friends. So, something I want to tell you guys, have you been filling out the form that I send at the end of the live? We've been doing that for a few weeks now, where we have a class evaluation form. And then when you finish that form, you can receive extra material from the class. So it's a little more practice that you can do. And that's awesome. So if you stay until the end of the live, then I will send a form for you to evaluate. Let us know how you feel about the class, what you want to learn, what you want to practice, and then you can receive extra material. So make sure you stay until the end. And as always, you can share these lives. Share them with your friends. Invite your friends, say, hey, you want to practice learning some English? So I encourage you guys always to share, 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 and follow our Approach Instagram because our Approach Instagram has a lot of updates about what's happening here in Massachusetts and also what we're doing in other places. So always follow our Instagram. Amazing, amazing. So, my friends, mindset and motivation. First, I want to talk about what is mindset. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing this word. Maybe it's not. Maybe you've heard this word before. Your mind and then set. To set something is to have a limit, to organize, maybe a goal. So, your mindset is the way that you think about yourself, about your goals in life, about the world. It's your attitude. Do you have a positive or a negative mindset? So, for example, I like to think that I have a positive mindset. Of course, hard things happen to people. We go through challenges, but I like to think that I have a positive mindset. I try to think in a positive way about myself, about my goals, about the world. We know some people that have a very negative mindset, a negative attitude. They think a lot of bad things about the world, about themselves. They complain. They don't have a lot of happiness. It's not good to have a negative mindset. We know it's very important to keep your mind healthy, to have goals, to think positively about yourself, and to always be open to learning more and to growing and evolving as a person. So, first, that's what mindset is. Then I have for you what is motivation. Motivation is the reason that you want to do something. Why are you here today practicing your English? Why are you here wanting to learn? There's a reason. There's always a reason. Your motivation to learn English might be to have a better job, for your family, your future dreams. Maybe you want to study a master's degree in an English-speaking country. So the motivation is, we could say also, what drives you. We know a car has gas or petrol, gas to drive. What is the gas for you, the energy that makes you want to do something? We all have a motivation. And if we're not motivated, it can be difficult. I'm not very motivated to go to the gym, but I know that my health is important. And so I have to find and create the motivation for myself as well. So I want you to think about, what is your mindset? Do you have a positive mindset? Do you think you need to work on your mindset? What is your motivation for your goals in life? Why are you motivated to learn English today? It's very important to consider. Now, I want to ask you guys, type in the chat, what is one goal you have right now, today? It can be for the future, but what is one goal that you have right now? Right now, my goal is to continue learning Portuguese. So if you know me, you know that I have been learning Portuguese all the time I've been at Approach. And now that my family is Brazilian, I'm learning even more Portuguese. My motivation to learn Portuguese is to be able to communicate with my new family. My mother-in-law does not speak English. If I learn Portuguese, we can communicate. That's my motivation. I have a goal and I have motivation. So, what is one goal that you have right now? I'm looking in the chat. My goal right now is to improve my communication skills and stay consistent every day. That's a great goal. When we are learning communication skills, whether it's in English or another language, we can always continue improving our skills. And that is part of a positive mindset, always wanting to continue learning and improving. And it's a good word, consistent, to be consistent. That's very important. To follow every day, it becomes a habit naturally. And then it doesn't feel like extra work. It's like, okay, this is normal. This is my life. And it's a good thing. Anybody else want to share? What is one goal you have right now? Type in the chat. I'll type here. One goal right now. My goal, or we could say, my goal right now is, and you can finish the sentence. This is something that's important to practice. Also, I have another goal to complete my O-levels successfully and do my best in them. Yes, when you're taking exams of any kind, you really practice a lot. You put in a lot of energy and work. Effort is a word we're going to talk about today. Brishna says, my goal is to finish my school. As you know, schools are closed in my country for girls, and I have successfully got accepted in the Living Wisdom International Online High School. Exactly. I know in Afghanistan, it is very difficult for women and girls to have education right now. Education should be a right and not a privilege. And so finding another way, your motivation is so strong to learn, to be educated, that even if your country says you cannot study because you're a woman, you find a way. And that's so important. And I am so proud of you personally. People need to realize this. So that's amazing that you successfully got accepted to an international online high school. Success is one of the words I want to talk about today as well. That's amazing. That's amazing. Thank you both. So I have some vocabulary words for us first. We already discussed mindset and motivation, but I wanted to make sure they're included on the list. I've used them in a sentence here. I believe I have a positive mindset. I think so. I'm pretty sure. Motivation. My motivation to learn English is to be able to have more and better job opportunities. What is your motivation to learn English? Do you want to travel and travel anywhere in the world and be able to communicate? Do you want to have more and better job opportunities? Do you want to live in an English-speaking country? Do you want to have a number of languages that you can speak? There's always a motivation to learn English or to learn another language. Goal. This is very important to always have a goal in your mind for the future. It's something you want. Your goal is to be fluent in English. Your goal is to be a business owner. Your goal is to be a mom. It can be anything that's personal to you that you want. And you have motivation to reach that goal. So many students here at Approach that are living in the United States, their goal is to be fluent in English. They want to communicate with other English speakers. They don't have to be native speakers. They can be any English speaker that's in the country. So it's important to think about short-term goals, goals that are 1 month, 1 day, and long-term goals that are years. What is your 5-year plan? Do you have a goal for the next 5 years? Maybe. If you don't, it's important to think about it. So we have mindset, motivation, and goal. I have 3 more words here in the next slide that go together that we've already discussed a little. Challenge. To be challenging as an adjective. It's something difficult for you or for someone else. For example, learning a new skill, learning a new language can be a big challenge. But we know that challenge is also healthy in a sense. If you are in your comfort zone, if you do not leave and have a challenge, you don't grow. You need a challenge to overcome to grow. Is so important. A challenge is not a bad thing. It's just not easy. That's the point of a challenge. It's not going to be easy. So you want to challenge yourself to grow. What can you do? Can you show that you can go from here to here? Yes. It's not going to be easy, but you can do it. Then we have 2 words that go together in a sense, failure and success. Failure is when something does not go well, when you fail. It's normal. Failure is normal. We learn from our failures. We make a mistake, we learn what to do different, we try again. That's so normal. You've seen the stories of the light bulb with Thomas Edison. He failed thousands of times and then he got it. And now we have a light bulb in every room. So failure is normal. I make mistakes, I fail, but I learn and I grow. And that's okay. That's when you have a positive mindset. You don't see failure as a bad thing, the end of the world. You see it as growth opportunities. Then you have success. When you reach your goal. Finishing my degree was a big success for me. Maybe you can say graduating from an English school was a big success for me. When do you feel successful? I feel successful when I know that I have truly done my job to help others? When do you feel successful? Sometimes we have so many failures and then we have a success. It's always going to be there. Again, a challenge is difficult and you may fail, but eventually, if you continue putting in work, you will succeed and you will have success. I have 3 final words here as well. Effort. This is a word that I love to use because we use it a lot in English. Effort is working hard, doing a lot, spending a lot of time, putting in energy to do something. She put in a lot of effort to finish the job on time. She worked so hard, she stayed late, she did everything to finish. You can put in a phrasal verb here. Put in effort is to give, to show effort. I can see you put a lot of effort into this. Working hard to do something. Resilience, the ability to continue after problems. This goes with failure. When failure comes, you must be resilient as a person. You must be able to continue to try again. So you can say, I have a lot of resilience. I do not give up when I fail. Give up is to not try again, to say, no, I finished, I'm done. I have a lot of resilience. I do not give up when I fail. And confidence. It is so important to have confidence, to believe in yourself. I can do this. I am smart. I am strong. Words of affirmation help. I'm learning to have confidence when speaking another language. I'm learning. It didn't finish. Because we know speaking in English or speaking in another language can be scary, can be embarrassing if we make a mistake, and we need to have confidence to speak. To learn a language, to communicate, you must speak. And if you do not have confidence to speak, then it will take more time to grow and learn. So finding that confidence is so important. You are putting in so much effort to learn another language. Wow, that's a lot. You should have confidence. Like, you go, girl, that kind of thing. So it's so important to have confidence in order to continue with a positive mindset. So those are the 9 words I have for you guys so far. Let me go back to the chat to see if there's anything else that I'm missing. Okay. So, I have a little story here with the vocabulary words. When I learn something new, I always start with a goal. My goal might be to study more or to become better at a skill, like learning Portuguese. But we know every goal has a challenge. Sometimes I feel tired or busy, and it's hard to continue. My motivation is that I want to grow and help other people learn. When I put in a lot of effort, I feel proud. Even when I experience failure, I try again. I know I can learn from my mistakes. This is called resilience because you continue, I continue, even when things are hard. I have more. I try to keep a positive mindset every day. I also practice confidence by telling myself, I can do it. It's not easy, but it's important to remember. That's how you build a positive mindset. A simple sentence I always remember is, take small steps, but never stop moving forward. You don't have to have a large growth in a short time. That's okay. We do small steps. We say baby steps, but never stop moving forward. Keep going. You cannot give up. It's hurting yourself if you do that, if you give up. So let me see here in the chat. My goal is to speak English fluently. Once I failed a class presentation because I got nervous, but instead of giving up, I practiced daily. Next time I presented with confidence and got praised, that failure became my turning point. Exactly. We have to practice to fix the mistake, to learn, to grow. So that's amazing. And then people recognize when you put in hard work, when you put in effort. I feel successful when I complete my goals, stay disciplined, and see myself improving even in small ways. Yeah. A new vocab word I want to add is perseverance. It means keeping effort and not giving up even when things get tough. Perseverance is a great word. We say there was a political quote, nevertheless, she persevered. It was a political quote, but to continue, you don't give up. You persevere. That's a great word. That's a great word. Thank you for sharing, Horaya. Yes. Thank you. So you guys can type in the chat. I want you to practice finishing these sentences. You don't have to type all of them, but choose what is good for you, what is relevant to you. My goal is to be fluent in English, to learn more Portuguese, to get a promotion in my company. A challenge for me is time management. Sometimes I know I have time, but I didn't manage it well. My motivation is my family, to communicate with other people, to make money, maybe, some people. I feel success when somebody tells me I did a great job. I try again when it didn't go right the first time, when I fail. Let's practice using these vocabulary words, these phrases in a sentence. Finish the sentence for you in the chat. I'll see here. I try again when I fail or face challenges because I want to improve and succeed. Yes, exactly. Definitely. Very good. Good. I'm going to type here as well. My goal is to learn Portuguese. My motivation is to speak with my new family. My motivation is to keep improving myself and succeed in my O levels. Yes, exactly. Amazing. Anything else that you guys want to add here? A challenge for me is managing time between studies and other activities. Yes, I hear you. We need to study, but we also need to do other things. We need to take care of ourselves. We need to take care of our home. Maybe you have children. My goal is to be fluent in English and work as a nurse. Yes, that's amazing. It's so important to have this goal in your mind for the future. You continue having motivation. When you lose your goal, you lose a path. You lose motivation. You feel tired. Maybe you feel depressed. It's difficult. And so having a goal keeps you motivated. It keeps you ready, engaged, happy. It's very important to have a goal. What do you want to do next with your life? So important. Amazing. So, I also have one last activity for you guys to think about. I want you to think about some short-term goals, we said. goals that do not have to be a long time. Write 3 goals you have for next week. I have some examples here. For next week, speak English at least once every day. Take a walk outside. Maybe one time, doesn't matter. Skip fast food for the week. Those are 3 goals, examples, that you have for just next week, Sunday through Saturday. What are your goals for next week? Let's see here. My goal is to be fluent in English and work as a nurse. My biggest challenge is overcoming my shyness about speaking. I understand it's difficult, and I have similar shyness when I try to speak Portuguese sometimes. I feel so confident in my English speaking, but I don't feel so confident in my Portuguese speaking. So I understand speaking a second language takes confidence over time. I definitely understand. When are we getting Zoom classes again? I'm really missing them. I know, I understand. Thank you. Right now, we're taking a pause on Zoom. We're just focusing on YouTube here, the lives, but we will let you know about any Zoom meetings in the future. We definitely will, because I miss you guys too. Don't worry. We will have something for you. So, what are your goals for the next week? Do you have any? Even not 3 is, you don't need to have 3, but it's important to have even one goal. Go to bed early. My goal for next week is to go to bed early every day because I go to bed too late sometimes. My goal for next week is to go to bed early every day. My goal for next week is to go to the gym 3 times in the week. My goal for next week is to go to the gym 3 times. Trying to be healthy. My goal for next week is to speak Portuguese for at least 30 minutes every day. Then I can practice more. So it's so important to think about your goals for the next week. So important. When you want to do something and you have that, then you see what you can do next. You're capable, you're strong, you are smart. You can do it. That's so important. 3 goals for next week are to focus on my studies, pause on social media, and prepare well for my exams. Successfully placing an order at the drive-thru. That's so important. The drive-thru, especially in English or another language, is difficult because you don't see them. You just listen. And so that can be a challenge. And I hope that you will have success. I know it. If you have the confidence, you can. So my friends, thank you so much for joining. I'm going to share the link to the form, the evaluation form, in the chat for us. And I hope that you enjoyed today's class. Please fill the survey out. Let us know what you enjoyed. Let us know what you want to learn more. And then you'll receive extra material from today's lesson. So, thank you all so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And we'll see you next week, same time.